Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Making My Sister Play Dating Sims. Today we are back with another episode of Ace Academy.
Yep.
What number this is, I have no idea anymore.
I don't remember, but it's a number.
It's a number.
Yeah.
We'll put it at the end of the video, or it'll kind of be like in the description thingy.
Yeah, it'll be there.
In the title.
Yep.
So in our last episode we went to Warp Tech.
Oh gosh, I don't remember.
It
was a company.
We went to some company to
we had
try
an
and get
interview.
support for our team. And they said, you're not good enough because you're not in the top 10.
Yep.
So they're like, bye. And Yuna was like, no. And they were like, bye. And Yuna was like, and they were like, okay, last time, bye. And she's like, fine. And so we left.
Yep, that's exactly how that happened.
And now we drove back to campus, and Yuna was quiet the entire ride back to campus. And when we arrive, she gives me a hurried goodbye and rushes off, leaving me wondering just what she has planned.
I wonder.
Apparently we're not the only person who drives a motorcycle at school.
Hey, motorcycles are cool.
Motorcycles are cool. Well, sitting here and stewing in my thoughts isn't productive. I have some time before I need to go home. Maybe someone will be free.
Perhaps hang out with somebody, I guess.
Hang out with our brosif.
Alright.
I'm in a happier mood when I arrive home. Hey guys, I'm home.
You can't just decide that without telling me.
Uncle Kaito's voice stops me. I can see him pacing back and forth in the kitchen.
So cut it short. This is the opening day of my new restaurant. They'll expect me to be there, and they'll expect you there too.
As I get closer to the kitchen, I can hear a woman's voice on the other end of the line.
I really don't care. Part of our arrangement was that we'd consult each other before making a decision, and you didn't. So how you're supposed to be in two places at once really isn't my problem.
Oh.
A flurry of muffled words on the line has Kaito frowning deeper and deeper.
Don't forget, we are still married. We promised to do whatever it took to make sure nothing interfered with our careers. Well, if you don't show up, then that will certainly interfere with my career.
Oh. I didn't realize Uncle Kaito was married.
Apparently he is.
Apparently he is. And I guess they're business partners as well, or something?
Yeah, that's...
That's a tough place to be.
Yeah, that can be tough. Married? Is he talking to Aunt Yuki? There's a pause. I think I hear her say, I'll see what I can do, and hang up. Uncle Kaito slams the phone onto the table and falls into a chair and holds his head in his hands. Hey, Uncle Kaito. He glances up and gives me a weak smile.
You're back. How was school today?
Good.
How was your day, Uncle Kaito?
I sit beside him. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but I heard you talking to Aunt Yuki just now. He looks a little uneasy, but waits for me to finish. What did you mean by still married? Isn't Aunt Yuki just away on business?
Sort of.
Kaito sighs wearily and rubs his temples.
I suppose you're old enough to know the truth. Your aunt and I are separated. We have been for the last 6 months.
Last 6 months? But aren't you divorced?
But you aren't divorced.
But you aren't divorced?
No.
How come we didn't know? We're your family.
We had to keep it quiet. Divorce is viewed differently here in Japan. It's not as common as in the States, and Yuki and I don't want our personal issues to interfere with our careers.
Ah, I see.
I remember the stories Mom told me about how difficult it was when she and Dad first got married. She couldn't have stayed in Japan if she wanted to. If you two are just separated, does that mean Aunt Yuki is here in Isokaze?
Yes.
Oh. You shouldn't have lied. Does this mean I can see her? I get it. I don't know. I get it.
I know Japan has stricter rules on family and what's proper, so I don't blame you for keeping this a secret from us. Kaito grins in relief.
You don't know how much that means to me, kid.
Are you gonna tell Nikki? He thinks before responding.
Yes, I will.
Think she'll be angry you lied? Nikki has always been more sensitive than I. He shrugs.
Maybe. But I think she's mature enough to understand why we did it.
Yeah. It must be exhausting hiding it from everyone.
It has been.
What did Aunt Yuki say when you told her we were living with you?
Well, about that.
Oh, she doesn't know we're here, does she?
Kaito trails off and refuses to meet my eyes. She doesn't know we're here.
No.
Were you planning on telling her?
Of course. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Uh-huh.
I nod. Uncle Kaito doesn't share anymore. But I can't stop myself from asking. Since we're talking about it now, what happened between you two? He sighs.
Yuki was ready to have kids, and I wasn't. We discussed the possibility of having children when we
Yeah.
first got married, and I kept pushing it back. I wanted to focus on my career, and for a while, so did she.
Uh-huh. So very, very career-driven couple.
But you know how women are. At some point, their biological clock starts ticking. She didn't want to wait anymore.
You know how women are. Well.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
gotta start sometime. But you still weren't ready.
No. After that huge argument, we started to drive each other crazy. I became acutely aware of all those small things Yuki did that I hated. We fought all the time, and at some point, we agreed that this wasn't working anymore. And that's how it's been for the last 6 months until we can figure out a more permanent solution.
It's kind of funny that even though you weren't ready for kids, you ended up with them anyway. He grins.
You guys don't count. You practically take care of yourselves. I'm just here to provide the roof.
Gee, thanks. Maybe it's a good thing you didn't have kids. He laughs. So what was this phone call about tonight about? Kaito turns solemn again.
Part of our agreement for our separation was that we will both do whatever it takes to keep up the pretense of marriage when it involves our careers.
Oh? Why not?
She's going on some sort of retreat with her girlfriend. Normally we consult with each other before booking any trips to prevent something like this from happening. But this time she didn't.
uh-huh.
I really need her there.
She'll be there. Aunt Yuki and a girl? Clearly this arrangement isn't working either. Yeah, obviously it's not working.
Maybe you guys should just get that divorce. All traces of playfulness is gone from Kaito's face.
Excuse me?
Yeah, maybe that was a little bit of a strong way to put it.
Well, living together wasn't working, and being separated doesn't seem to be working for you two either. She doesn't show up to the grand opening. How would that be any better than getting divorced?
It's not the same. Missing one engagement can easily be excused. There's no turning back from divorce. Neither one of us can afford that.
I shrug. If you say so.
I do.
Uncle Kaito glances at the clock and stands.
I didn't realize how late it's gotten. I have an early start tomorrow.
Don't you always have an early start? You get up before I do.
True, but I have an even earlier start than usual.
Eh,
Same.
know how he feels.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Say goodnight and Kaito heads upstairs. I go into the living room and turn on the TV. After watching my shows and the news, I turn in for the night.
More drama unfolding.
Wake up and yawn. Another day, another class. As if on autopilot, I get dressed and go through my morning routine. Then I hop on my bike and drive to school.
Alright.
When I arrive, I head straight for class and wait for the professor. He arrives promptly and begins class.
Good morning. Today we'll be discussing the differences between military grenade weaponry and those used in recreational matches.
Gear Arsenal 201. Yawn, I already know this. I want to learn. Of course I want to learn.
I'm a nerd.
Yeah!
Geeky kid. Super smart. The genius.
Yep.
This should be interesting stuff. I focus on the professor's lecture.
The fundamental difference between the two is that military grenade weaponry are configured for energy output, which can cause lethal damage. Recreational weaponry is closely regulated so it can't actually destroy the gear frame. Since the shields on a gear get the brunt of the damage, We consider a depowered gear in recreational matches as destroyed.
What if someone brought in an unregulated weapon for a match?
Before every match, the equipment of each gear is checked and double-checked to ensure the energy output is within proper parameters.
Yeah, that would be really bad if that wasn't the case.
What about the qualifier matches? There was a gear that did some energy output override thing.
That wasn't me.
Wasn't us. As one in the class looks at me.
Shrinks in seat.
During that specific qualifier match, the gear's energy core is what surged with additional power, not his weapons. Although, I must admit, I've never seen a core do that before. Hopefully this young man can enlighten us on how he did it.
I have no idea how he did it. How I did it. No one finds out my secret. Why are you talking about my core?
My core, man.
It's my core. Gosh, don't you think that's a little personal? Honestly, we still have no idea how we did it, so, yeah.
Be honest, I'm still trying to figure that out.
Interesting. Perhaps once you figured it out, you'd be inclined to share with us what happened. Until then, let's get back to the lesson plan. I'm sure you all don't want to waste your time on something that won't be on the exam anyway.
Good point.
Very true.
The class lets out a weak chuckle. Most refocus their attention on the professor, but a few students continue to look at me with interest. He returns to his lecture.
Getting to be infamous in the class.
Once class ends, I hurry out of the room. My phone is already in my hand by the time I get outside. Let's see if anyone's free. Kaori?
Let's hang out with Yuna, of course.
You don't want to hang out with Broseph?
Well, I'll hang out with Broseph also.
I'm on my way to grab something to eat when I pass by the campus bookstore. I have a lot of CINY swag at home, but I don't have anything from Ace yet. It wouldn't hurt to take a look and see what they have.
It wouldn't hurt to have a look and see what they take.
I mean, I'm fumbling words today, and I don't know why. Not enough caffeine. Let's
Not enough. Chug that tea, Nathan.
Let's chug this tea.
Chug.
Plus, remembering how impressed Nikki's friends were when they found out I went to Ace, I bet Nikki would love to have some Ace Academy swag.
University swag is always fun.
Hold on, chugging tea.
Good job.
I walk in. The cashier counters are right by the entrance. As I go further inside, I can turn either into the clothing section or the book section. How is this going to go hang out with Yuna?
Well, I'm guessing these choices lead to hanging out with Yuna if you pick the right ones.
Well, clearly, if we're
I'd
going
say
to look
check out the books.
Yeah, if we're going to go find Yuna, she's probably by the
Exactly.
books.
Yeah.
The books are organized by class and take up 2 levels in the store. I'm a little surprised they still offer hard copies of all the class texts since most people just purchase the electronic versions now. There's an option to rent the books for the school year, too. Not too many students are browsing in this area. I already have all the texts I need, so I move on. Next to the books are miscellaneous school supplies. We didn't find Yuna browsing the books?
Not yet, apparently.
There's a pink planner with the Ace Academy logo that I think Nikki will really like. I grab the planner for Nikki and a notebook for myself, and then stand in line to check out. I'm zoning out while waiting for my turn in line, when a familiar voice interrupts me.
Hey there.
There she is.
Here it's short and... yeah. Short skirt.
Short skirt. Okay.
I spin around and see Yuna's smiling face standing in line behind me. She glances at my items and holds back a laugh.
That's a pretty planner you chose.
Thanks. I think it really goes with my eyes.
She has the same one in her hand.
You must have good taste.
I laugh and Yuna lets out a giggle. No, this isn't for me. It's for my sister. I hold up the item I bought for myself. This is for me.
Oh, well, I think she'll like it. Is your sister younger than you?
Yeah, she's in her last year of high school.
It seems like you two are close.
Really? What makes you say that?
Well, teenagers usually go through a phase where they fight with their sibling all the time. But since you're buying her a gift, it seems like you two must get along.
Nathan,
Yes,
why did you lay your head on my shoulder? Is it because we're close?
we're close.
We're close.
Just like them. We're close.
Just like them.
Yeah, we do. Yuna smiles warmly.
That must be really nice.
Yeah. How about you? Do you have any siblings? Dot, 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 dot. Yuna hesitates and shifts her items from one hand to the other. Finally, she shakes her head.
No.
Is
She
it
breaks
a,
eye contact, looks down. This
is that a
gonna
touchy subject?
feel like this is gonna be a sad sob story.
Possibly.
Feels like there's something she's not telling me.
Don't ask her about it, ask her about it.
Pry, don't pry.
That's a tough choice.
Thing about people in shells, if you never attempt to pry them out.
Yeah, like, I'm wondering if she'll ever say anything about it if I don't ask her. And I feel like it'd be rude in a way to ignore that she seemed upset. So I guess I'll ask her about it.
Are you okay? I'm sorry if I offended you. Yuna looks back at me with a smile that's too cheerful.
Yes, I'm fine. Please don't worry about me.
Okay. Does that mean you'll tell me what's going on?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I get the feeling you're hiding something from me. Yuna is silent, then she points to the empty lane beside us.
I'm actually in a bit of a hurry, so I'm going to ring on my items in that empty lane over there.
Uh-huh.
Yuna...
I'll catch you later, okay?
Okay. Still wearing her forced smile, she goes into the next lane, pays, and then hurries out of the store. I hope I didn't offend her. Probably did. I don't know. Once it's my turn, I pay for my items and leave.
I feel like the story's going to be like she had a sibling and then they passed away or something like that.
Just went dark.
Yeah.
You just like the screen, you suddenly got dark.
I'm just saying, it would make sense.
I'm in the campus gym, finishing up my workout.
When?
When I return to my locker, there's a missed text from Kaori.
Uh-oh.
Emergency meeting, now. Meet now, in the hangar. Jeez, all caps.
It seems very fitting,
I
though.
better get going.
Kaori speaks in all caps.
All the time.
That is her state of being.
I arrive at the hangar about the same time as Sho and Mayu. Kaori waits impatiently in front of her gear.
Finally! That took you a while.
I just saw your text. I might have gotten a little distracted. What are you talking about? I'm on time. I just saw your text.
I literally came here as soon as I got your text.
I texted before heading over here so we'd be on time.
I guess you walk faster than me. Kaori addresses the rest of the team.
What about you guys?
Sorry. We were having lunch, and I guess we lost track of time.
Kaori blinks, then waves her hand dismissively.
Never mind. We have more important things to discuss. Like our sponsor situation.
I trust Yuna to get it figured out.
Everyone becomes serious.
Our gears need a lot of maintenance to return to peak fighting condition. And the next round is tomorrow.
Oh boy.
I don't know why, but everyone I talked to was really rude and unhelpful.
Sho and I share a knowing glance, and Kaori catches us.
What?
Nothing.
She continues to stare.
It's just, sometimes you can come across a little harsh.
Just a little bit.
I'm just honest.
Sure, but honesty doesn't make people like you. You need to get in touch with your soft, warm, feminine side.
I'm not entirely sure she has
sure
one of
she's
those.
got one.
She just is what she is.
Some women are just like that. Kaori raises an eyebrow.
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes! I mean to the warm thing, not the soft and feminine thing.
We stare at him blankly.
I'm just going to shut up now.
Before you do, did you manage to get a sponsor?
Almost.
He folds his hand behind his head and leans into them.
Nope.
You forgot to ask around, didn't you?
Maybe?
He looks sheepish. Kaori rolls her eyes.
What about you, Mayu? Can your father sponsor us?
Mayu shakes her head.
Unfortunately, he's backing the team I was originally supposed to join. When I was invited onto the team, Father was so happy, he promised he'd sponsor them.
Oh.
Even though I never joined them, he can't go back on his promise.
Kaori nods, then faces me.
You had that interview yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to the interview with Warp Tech. I got it right.
You did get it right. I'm impressed.
It didn't work out.
Why am I not surprised?
Had less to do with me and more to do with our team status. I can show you the full report from the SBA if you want to know the official reason, but basically, we weren't on a high enough rank. I fished my phone out of my pocket. It flashes low battery warnings at me before it dies completely.
Darn it.
Where's the report?
Hold on. I have to charge my phone. I'm sure there's a cigarette lighter attachment in
In the gear.
In the gear.
Yeah.
My gaze lands on my gear. I race to it.
Called it. That was good, Nathan.
There's a USB charging port in my gear.
Yeah. Why not?
It's like a car.
Well, yeah, kind of.
My gaze lands on my gear. I race to it and head into the cockpit. My teammates call after me, but I ignore them.
I bet these mechs have, like, MP3 capabilities and Bluetooth features.
GPS navigation.
Backup cameras.
Once I plug my phone into the dock connection, it lights up with the charging symbol.
See, they're all decked out.
Everyone's wearing confused faces when I climb out of the cockpit. What?
Why didn't you just use an outlet?
Because that wouldn't be as cool, Mayu.
Mayu points to an outlet on the wall.
What did those get here? You mean this isn't what gears are for? Who cares if I use an outlet on my gear? What did those get here?
Huh? That's new.
No, they're not.
I've never noticed them before.
Ooh, what about those? And those?
Sho points to another outlet. In fact, there are outlets everywhere. Nope, never seen them before either. Besides, an outlet doesn't do me any good if I don't have a phone charger with me.
Oh, I suppose that makes sense.
Anyway, I guess we're back to square one.
Back? We never left square one.
Well, he has a point.
Don't give up hope just yet. I might have something.
Another meeting?
No, but my friend in the SBA is still helping us search.
Okay. In the meantime, the rest of us should continue our search too.
Sounds good.
We're
I'll take
basically
another
letting
look at what Ace
Yuna do
offers.
all the work.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some kind of campus grant or funding we can apply for. Mayu, do you think you could reach out to some of the other major corporations we haven't talked to yet? Maybe with your background, you'll have more luck than we would.
Mayu nods.
Maybe Sho can ask around local businesses?
Okay.
We know this really great restaurant owner.
Hey.
Good idea.
Yes, we do.
Kaori looks at me. I'll follow up with my contact. She nods.
Hopefully, we'll find someone. But there's a chance we might have to fight with our gears as is.
I'm confident we'll get someone in time. Mayu smiles at me and nods.
Yeah, confidence.
Sho claps me on the back. Again.
Okay, we have our plan. Text me if you guys get any leads.
We all nod.
I'm off then. I've got some stuff to take care of.
Later,
I hope
Broseph.
you mean reaching out to the businesses, Sho, and not playing your video games.
Of course that's what I meant. The arcade industry is a lucrative place to find a sponsor.
Uh-huh.
Mayu sighs.
Sho.
He wears his signature smile.
Okay. Let's go find us a sponsor.
Mayu beams. The pair wave at us before heading out.
I'll be going too. Tell me if your friend is successful.
I'm sure she will be.
She always is.
Yep, she's the best.
I nod and Kaori leaves. Nothing left for me to do but go home.
Alright.
An uneventful drive later, I arrive at home. I'm back! Walk into an eerily quiet living room. Looks like I'm the first one here. It feels a bit strange. Nikki's bright smile is usually here to greet me. Maybe she has an after-school club activity or something.
Oh, right, because she started the cooking club at school.
Reach for my pocket to see if she texted me. My heart sinks as my hands
Oh.
grab air. There's a void where my phone should be.
Forgot it in the gear.
Crap! I must have left it in my gear. The sun is setting and it'll be evening by the time I reach campus. Hopefully it won't be too much trouble getting into Eagle after hours. I remember CINY was pretty restrictive on who can enter the hangar at night.
Oops.
I hop back on my bike and drive back to Ace Academy. Surprisingly, traffic is heavy, and it takes longer than I expected to reach campus. And by this time, a virus is downloaded into our Gears control systems, and it is currently about ready to destroy the entire hangar.
Yeah.
A handful of students cross the quad as they head towards either their evening classes or the bus station. Even though the sky is in inky darkness, the pathways on campus are still bathed with a soft light. It's kind of peaceful.
Or haunted.
Pilot's Lounge is just as busy as always, but I don't recognize too many of the students here. Most of them must be upperclassmen, either 3rd or 4th year. I slip through unnoticed and arrive at the hangar entrance. I'm about to swipe in when the guard stops me.
Hold on. What's your business in the hangar?
I forgot something. It's not a lie, but it would be too embarrassing to tell him the whole truth. Luckily, the guard doesn't seem to care. He gives me a quick once-over and nods.
Oh, well, that was easy.
Alright, go ahead and swipe.
Thanks. Bring my student ID in proximity of the sensor. A second later, the success chime sounds as the door slides open.
What do you want to bet we're going to find someone
I
doing
follow-
something sneaky in here?
I follow the tunnel to the hangar. The sound of power tools, machinery, and metallic ringing echoes along the walls. Makes sense that most of the repair work happens after hours. It's a lot safer for them to work without the threat of students walking around causing potential disasters. Instinctively, my feet lead me to Eagle. What the? Bluish hue from an active terminal display illuminates my docking station.
What does that mean?
That doesn't seem right. I'm sure I turned everything off when I left.
Uh-huh.
Cautiously, I tiptoe towards my gear. There's a figure crouched in front of Eagle. The person is dressed entirely in black and wearing a hoodie that hides his or her face.
Definitely her.
Definitely her. Still engrossed in my gear, the stranger hasn't detected my presence yet.
Stay quiet and sneak out from behind. Call out.
Sneak attack.
Yeah, let's be sneaky.
Staying in the shadows, I continually creep towards Eagle. As I close the distance between us, I notice how small and petite the person is. Must be a girl. But I can't think of anyone who'd be so interested in my gear. Except for everyone who wants to know how your power
Exactly.
core went over 10,000.
Yeah.
Once I'm only a few steps away, she tenses as if noticing my presence.
Grab.
Before she can react, I grab her shoulder and roughly spin her to face me. Valerie? What are you doing here? She grins. Her gaze flicks to my hand still on her shoulder.
I never would have guessed you like it rough.
Wow.
It's not like that. I can be possessive too. I am not amused.
I scowl and smile on her, and the smile on her face wavers. What the hell are you doing to Eagle? She flinches at the harshness of my tone.
Nothing, I promise.
You were obviously doing something with the terminal. That's not nothing. She holds up her hands in defense.
I wanted to get a better reading on your core. I'm not altering anything, though. Just studying.
Uh-huh.
Why?
To figure out how your core was able to sustain such a high energy output for so long without completely burning out.
American engineering.
Given the size of your core and the cooling system, the heat dissipation doesn't seem like it would have sustained longer than a few seconds, yet it lasted almost 10 minutes! Maybe there's a direct coolant injection to the primary source? I also didn't consider the acceleration of airflow given the hidden frame openings. Perhaps a quick calculation using...
The more she talks, the faster my anger melts away and is replaced by respect.
Yeah, it's cool and all, but why are you, like, sneaking around to do it when you could have just asked me to look at it?
She more than meets the eye. Even though she claims she means Eagle no harm, how can I know she's telling the truth? I only met her a few days ago. Still, it seems like she's genuinely curious about how my core works.
Here, I'll prove I wasn't changing anything.
I watch as Valerie traces a few screens with all configuration data unmodified. Okay.
Huh?
I get it, you were curious, but you can't just break into other people's robots and mess with their parts. She looks away.
I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
We're silent. Then she looks sideways at me.
So, I guess you wouldn't want to know that your primary weapon can actually benefit from an airflow exhaust here and here.
What? She points inside my open gear.
You see right there?
Yes, I think.
It'll still require validation testing, though. You should probably get your engineer to check it out.
My engineer?
Yeah, you know. The person who makes sure all your gears are working properly and helps you with any upgrades or improvements.
Don't the sponsors do that? Valerie shakes her head.
They help a lot when it comes to major repairs or new items, but an engineer on your team takes care of any general maintenance and the like.
Ah, but we don't have one.
Oh,
Maybe we should get an engineer. Okay, I'll tell my engineer that we're just fine with that one. Maybe we should get an engineer.
maybe we should.
Maybe we should.
I'll ask my team about getting an engineer. It sounds like we could really benefit from one.
You definitely would.
She scoots closer and smiles.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
And luckily for you, you already have one person perfect for the job.
Really? She scoots even closer and bats her eyelashes at me. Who's that? Valerie sighs.
Just think about it.
There's another pause. To avoid the awkwardness, I shut down the open terminal. So we should get going then.
Yeah,
Neither one of us moves. Don't touch my gear again without my permission.
I promise I won't.
I wait for her to leave, but she doesn't budge. Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.
She stands in place and waves. You aren't leaving.
Neither are you.
It's my gear.
Okay, on the count of 3, we'll leave together. She nods. 1, 2, 3. We both stay put.
See, now I'm just disappointed in both of us.
You didn't move.
Neither did you.
What the hell are you kids still doing here?
Security catches us off guard, and we simultaneously stammer nonsense. He shakes his head.
If your business here is done, then you have to leave.
Valerie glances at me, and I glance at her, still waiting for her to move. She doesn't. Suddenly, a strong hand grips my arm. Hey! Guard holds Valerie's too. He physically leads us towards the exit.
You should get home. It's late.
Alrighty then.
Crappy guards anyways.
And
Pass
we're
through
out
the
of time.
doors, and the guard shuts them behind us.
Yep.
We're out of time.
We're out of time. We get out of time in the hangar, and we're out of time for the episode.
Alright. Well, until next time, everybody, remember to subscribe, comment, watch all the rest of our videos that we've ever done,
Yeah.
and in the meantime, we'll see you all in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.